is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Oh, look who we have.
It's a beautiful thing. Got our man, Jim from Minneapolis. We're going to take it by storm.
Taking it by storm, baby.
I love that. That's a great saying, man. Hey, what's happening, brother?
Good morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing today?
Good, man. Yourself?
Oh, man. It's been the most incredible couple of days since when I called in on Friday, Litecoin busted out of that consolidation on the 2-hour chart.
Okay.
And it just never looked back. It did a 100-point ABC up, and now it's very extended the way I look at it. But holy, I mean, it went up to $420 last night.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7.5 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Be impeccable with your word. Replace fear with love. The human mind is like a fertile ground where seeds are continually being planted. When you're impeccable with your word, your mind will no longer be a fertile ground for the words that come from fear. Your mind is only fertile for the words that come from love. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 907, NASDAQ up 287, S&P's up 113. That's a gain across the board, folks, of over 4%. You get 4.2 in the Dow, 4.8 and the S&P, and 4 in the NASDAQ. Gold contract up $9.30, trading at $16.42 an ounce. You get silver down 22 cents, $14.64 an ounce. Light sweet crude down $1.79, $22.71 a barrel. Notes and bonds. Get the 10-year note up 10 ticks, trading 137.21. The 30-year up 8 at 178 flat. And King Dollar. King Dollar's getting taken to the cleaners out here today. You get it down 1,600 ticks, 99.4008. The euro is at 110, the yen is at 109.30, and the pound is at 121 to 1 US dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's go take a look at it. We're going to start with the futures, folks. And we take a look at this, you're going to see you get a nice bump up inside the futures. And if we just take a look at this, you know, when I started the program yesterday, basically, we were going over the expansion that we could have had inside the S&P. Well, guess what? Bottom line, it was a 100-point expansion. You got it almost to the T. The high today is 25.91. That price projection there was 25.95. And what that was is that's when we had broke topside at 12:30 in the afternoon, because if you just took the highs to the lows, you had a little consolidation there, you go topside. Now, check it out, because I have to do this again, because what you also have here is the same type of setup once again. Now, this is going to be really bizarre, because if we ever play this one out, this is a monster number if you see this. So what I'm doing here is that now I'm taking the high of yesterday at 13:40, you know, what's that, 1:40 p.m., that's 25.60, and then we got down to the lows out here of 24.02. Well, the bottom line is if you get that one, baby, then you're talking about a 2,700 in the S&P futures. If we do take a look at these futures, what you're going to see out here is this, folks, okay, which is pretty cool. You've already busted through, and you busted through the 0.382 retracement with conviction. And what that means is that you're going to go to the 5-0. And that first leg that I'm taking the last down leg that was established out here on the 3rd of March, which was the, let's see, that was 31.31 on the S&P. Well, we blew right by this 25.40 today. So that's saying also that 26.53 is game. Big number. Now, let's take this and we just do this way. Now, I'm going to take it from the very top. And I wish I remember that number. Okay, hold it. And then if we take it from the very top, what you're going to see, a 0.382 from the top is going to be 26.37. Let me just do this one more time. 2637. Please remember that. 2637, 2637, 2637, and 2657. Okay. 2654. There you go. So you get confluence here on the way up. 2637 to 2667. Bottom line, 2654 is in the middle of it. That's where I suspect we're going to be going. And you bust that, guess what? Then you go to the 618, and that would be just one monster rip off the bottom in spades. We'll take a look at the Dow Industrials. You take a look at the Dow. Now, the Dow is the weakest on the way down. Bottom line, the last 3 days, the Dow has been the strongest. That being said, though, guess what? When you get down 39%, and then you come percentage-wise off much lower numbers, folks. Okay, that just mathematically, it's not a higher number. So the Dow Industrials right now, we're right next to the 0.382 retracement, which would be of the whole move. That would be 22,562. We hit 22,419 out here today. And if we take this and now just put this back, and we look at the last trend. So there's two trends off these highs out here. Last trend, you've busted through the. So last trend also, yeah, it's interesting. It runs around the same numbers, 22,685. That's how that baby does set up. King Dollar. What do you have with King Dollar? Well, King Dollar, folks, is going south. As King Dollar is going south, you are going to see the S&Ps go north. The correlation is quite direct. And it's been direct for, basically 3 or 4 days right now. Well, that's all we've been up anyway. But you want to keep an eye on this because it's about as direct as you can get. Let me pull this up. Just do this one more time. So if you're watching Tiger TV, what I'm going to do here is that I'm putting this on a 4-day chart, and I'm going to compare the dollar going downtown, and and the S&P, where the S&P went. And you're going to see this correlation is direct. When you're taking a look at this, the dollar is the white line, and the S&P is the green line. So that's something that you really want to keep your eyes on, because what does happen when these things get in correlation, they can stay in correlation for a bit. And what we did have with the dollar index today, we ripped right through the lower range, which is 99, 910. That sets up the dollar can get all the way back down to 94,650. If that's what you get, and we get the same type of move that we had uptown, that means that S&P, folks, is going to rip topside like most of us have actually never seen before. That's kind of how that sets up. Notes and bonds are saying the same thing. If we go over to the note and bond market, what you're going to see is that you're going higher in the note and bond market. You get a monster contraction of volume. Right now, you get the 10-year is up 7 ticks. Bottom line, there's no buyers out here. You're going into 3.6 million contracts, and you've done 1.1 million out here today. So that's saying the 10-year note, 30-year bond is going to be right back down to 133.21. The real question is going to be, folks, was that the end of a 40-year bull market, which started in 1980? When we come back, I'll bring that up. We went from basically 14.5% interest in the 10-year to 0.31 of 1%. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks. The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The Gold Report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metal sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
TFNN is launching an open house for our Tiger's Den. For a limited time, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Tiger's Den. Just enter promo code OPEN at checkout and pay nothing for 30 days while you try out your Tiger's Den membership as part of our open house. With market volatility at an all-time high and people all over the world working from home if possible, TFNN is hosting an open house in our Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is an interactive chat room that runs all day where other tigers and tigresses discuss trading ideas with the hosts and members, along with charts and current market news, as well as live access to the charts the hosts use during their programs. Join us for the Tiger's Den Open House. Begin your Den membership today by just entering OPEN at checkout and pay nothing while you try things out for 30 days. For all the details and to start your Den membership today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the TFNN Tiger's Den Open House taking place now. Sign up today.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now up 821. Nasdaq is up 268. S&Ps are up 103. This morning, folks, you had Powell on NBC basically explaining how the Fed basically is dealing with this crisis and what they are going to do in the future. And it's a big number, folks, okay? So the bottom line is that the Federal Reserve is ready to put trillions, that's with the T, into the economy as soon as this massive aid package does get signed into law. It's going way beyond what was done in 2008. And what has happened is this. This is what the difference. This is the largest differential in the Fed versus 2008 and right now. Besides the fact of putting so many billions and trillions actually into the marketplace, the difference was that the Federal Reserve, and that's how it was set up, is to be the last resort for banks, commercial banks. That's how it was set up. The differential now is that they're going from commercial banks to the huge economy in the United States. So it's almost going from a commercial lender to a retail lender. What you do have inside of that package that's going through the Senate is an additional backstop for the Fed of an additional $454 billion. Now that doesn't sound like a lot because what we're talking about, but just so you can understand something, the $454 billion will be leveraged 10 to 1. That's how this works. So what is that? That's $5 trillion, right? Yeah, it's approximately $5 trillion that the Fed is going to be able to use ASAP because it's a 10 to 1 ratio when we're talking about the banking system that we're in. And so that is going to be, no doubt, a monster number out there. Now that's in addition to everything that the Fed has already done, meaning what has happened in the last, now this is pretty cool. What has happened in the last 4 days is this, and is that the mortgage market, folks, the commercial mortgage market, the multifamily mortgage market was backed up. And what backed up means is that you have direct lenders. So like when I talk about Briggs, the mortgage firm, that's a direct lender. So a direct lender is different than a mortgage broker. What happens with a direct lender, they have the setup with Fannie Mae, with Freddie Mac. They're basically have a lot more money that's in-house as they're moving paper to Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. than a mortgage broker. And they can be quoting the same price. I just want to understand the foundational aspect of it. They can be quoting the same price. So what happened inside of that market is that the backup was that as they were holding paper, they couldn't move their paper out that night, which is 5 nights ago, okay? That stopped everything, flat out. Well, bottom line is that this opened back up today. This is one of the fastest opens that I've ever seen, basically, in a big way. And I'm talking about private, public, all of the above. Bottom line, the Fed went in there. They bought every piece of paper the last 4 days. And, in fact, what ends up happening with the Fannie Mae Freddie Mac is that we just went from a 3.75 on a 30-year to a 3.5 average on a 30-year. I can get into the commercial ones, but they're wide open again. That's the bottom line. The Fed keeps buying it. They continue to buy it. So you get a lot of different things that are happening simultaneously. The Fed's balance sheet, yeah, that's going to go up to probably $10 trillion, but it is what it is. And I suspect that most of us know now that this would be unlimited QE forever. I mean, I don't see how, So picture this. The first trade I ever did was like January of 1980. And I remember the Dow, I think the Dow was at 803 or something. Anyway, to make a long story short, as you go through these years, we always talked about the aspect of that you had the Greenspan put, bottom line, you ended up with the Bernanke put. Now, bottom line, you get the Powell put. The Fed put is there. There's no two ways about it. And it looks to me like, there's not a backing down off of this because of the fact that we went from 2008, it's only 12 years later, so there's always going to be something that's going on. The real question is basically going to be, what is that dollar going to be worth? What has happened here, there's no doubt about it, what we've seen is that the dollar right now, folks, is at 18-year highs. Here, let me put this up. I'm going to put this up so you can see this. This is an 18-year high in the dollar, and it very well, let's bring it back first, and let's see how this thing was setting up. I think I got to bring back no, I don't. Okay, so this is going to be interesting, man. Okay, so that's where I started the gold report. The gold report started when the dollar was at 120. We got up this last rung to 102, and this is pretty cool, man. See, the high in 2017 was 103.82. We only made it to 102.98. I think this is a point. Let me see what this was, what kind of retracement this was. Because this could be these moves. Yeah, there you go. So what that was, from the whole move. Now, these are going to be really cool long-time moves. From the move of the highs of 2000 to the lows of 2008 inside the dollar, we did a 0.618 retracement. Now, that's a strong retracement, by the way, okay? That's what it really comes down to. That being said, we're coming down fast and furious. So it looks to me like the dollar now is going to go make a run for this 88. And if that's what we get, you're going to see this S&P basically continue higher in a big way. Now watch how this works. This is what's really interesting. As that S&P comes down, the bottom line is that your buying power is actually coming down, okay? So it's only a number. That's what it comes down to. And I want to show you something here, okay? Because this is absolutely wild. Now, this is a real-time case. I'm going to go over, and we're going to talk about the Aussie dollar, okay? Let me show you something. So the Aussie dollar right now, I'm going to bring this back. I'm going to bring this back 10 years, okay? And what I want to show you is that we go back, let's see, I take 20, I'm going to go back to 2013. Okay, so here we are with 2013. So in 2013, folks, okay, if you were from Australia and you invested in the bottom line in U.S. stocks, okay, the Aussie dollar was very strong, okay? It was at 105. Well, the Aussie dollar went down last week to 55. Now, do you know what that means? So check out what this means, folks. This is pretty amazing. That because you're going to get your money back in U.S. dollars, that you actually haven't lost anything because you've basically, the Aussie dollar's gone down 100% and you're getting paid back US dollars. That's what's, when you start dealing with currencies and currency moves, it's pretty amazing. I'm bringing that up in the aspect that the correlation the last 3 days inside the S&P and the dollar has been that direct. So dollar's lower, S&P's higher. And if we keep this a fast and furious move, you know, we're all going to learn quite a bit out here. Dow Industrials up 952, NASDAQ up 300, S&P's up 114. We'll come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. TFNN has developed a daily programming lineup for traders by traders. We start every trading day live at 8:30 a.m. with Tommy O'Brien hosting the morning market kickoff as he starts the day off by breaking down everything you need to know about what's going on for the trading day ahead. At 9 a.m., Larry Pesavento takes your calls and questions live on the air for the opening bell as he hosts Trade What You See. At 10 a.m., Tom and Tommy O'Brien host the Bull Bear Trading Hour. At 11 a.m., it's Kevin Hinks and Alex Coffey from TD Ameritrade Network with Fast Market. Basil Chapman at noon with the Tiger Technicians Hour. Steve Rhodes hosts the Trader's Edge at 1 p.m. Dave White with the Power Trading Hour at 2 p.m. And Tom O'Brien closes out the day for the final hour of trading live from 3 till 4. Don't miss a second of our daily programming lineup. Tune in to Tiger TV every trading day live at TFNN.com. Educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 963, Nasdaq's up 307, S&Ps are up 117. Let me bring this S&P up again for you because, folks, we have been at this level since 11:30 this afternoon, trying to break it. This is quite a high-end consolidation that we have going on here. So this is going to be a fun close as we come into it. You can see that the highs out here, the high is 25.91, but the place that we've been laying is 25.86 in a big way. So it's going to be wild watching this because if this baby can bust this with conviction, you'll be up another 10 or 20 S&P points because the reason being is that it totally makes sense too, by the way, because when you're at a level, like a high like this, and you've gone up so dramatically, okay, there's plenty of traders that are going to short this level up here, okay? It's basically a good trade. My take, it's not right now, but it's a good trade. There's no two ways about that. Because your back is against the wall, you put the stop on the other side. And the reason I say, if you bust in this, everyone's going to have to cover in a second, because you could do a whole nother leg up, because any trader in their right mind knows that this is the place that you could make it or break it. And as we're talking, it looks to me like it wants to bust this thing topside in a big way, because we are you're only 1 minute into this bar, and this baby wants to bust it. You bust it, you're going to see something wild out here. Now, let's go over to the, I'm going to go over to I want to show you this bond market on TY1. Is that the generic? Okay, so let's take a look at this. If I can get this generic chart up. Because we very well, TY, Treasury, oh, I can do it this way. TY, come on, why doesn't that come up? TY1, generic, Treasury. Okay, I'm going to do the 30. I'm going to do the 30 here. I can do the 30. It's all right. TY1, the generic comes up. Okay, so when you do the 30, I'm going to bring this back all the way to 1980. And so I'm going to bring this back 50 years, and you can see how this baby is shaken out, folks. It's pretty amazing, okay? Even to this point, this is the longest bull market in history. We started, okay, in 1981, you were at 55. So $55 was $550, folks, would be a $1,000 30-year bond paying about 15%. We got all the way up, okay, to 200. Bottom line is that we'll see. But this may be the end of that whole era. It doesn't mean that you go all the way back down, that's for sure. Well, maybe another 40, 50 years you do. But it's going to be really intriguing watching this play out if, in fact, that's what we have happening inside the marketplace. Because maybe I got it. Yeah, I got it. Okay, cool. Here, let's do the 10, because the 10, you're going to see how this also shakes out on a 50-year basis. So we put this on a 10, and you're going to see on the 10, it's just as intense, actually. In fact, the 10 only goes back to 1982. That was at $680 per 1,000, and that got all the way up to $140,000 that you were paying for a $1,000 bond. So that in itself, well, let me see if I can do it this way for you. I'll take the 10-year yield. Let's do it this way. 10-year. Is that going to be the yield? Let's see. Okay, good. Yeah, this is going to be the 10-year yield. We're going to just so you can see the opposite effect. Look at this. Oh, my God. Yeah, here it is. This is perfect. So the high of the 10-year yield was in September of 1981. That was at 15.84%. Check that out. 15.84%. And that's when mortgages were going. I mean, my first mortgage was like 14.5%, some insane deal. But guess what? Everything was so less expensive then. It's insane too. That first house I bought was a triple decker. I had a store on one floor. I lived on the second floor. Rented the third floor at $220, and my mortgage was only $180 because I only paid $14,000 for a triple decker. That, by the way, is worth $1 million right now in South Boston. Anyway, $15.84, 15.84%, and we just hit 0.31. You know, so the point there is that if in fact this amount of money in the amount of digital, and you got to remember something, you know, we had a call this morning and they were talking about the amount of hundreds and, you know, that are in $1 million and all that. You got to remember something, folks. Money now is digital. You know, the bottom line is that law-wise, you can see when we were just talking about the Senate bill. Well, once the Senate bill gets passed, immediately there's 454 billion digitally that's going to be right inside the Fed as a backstop that they can turn around and leverage 10-to-1 as a backstop. So you're talking about monster numbers out here. Some of the higher volume equities out here, let's see what we have in the higher volume equities. You have Ford Motor Company is down 12 cents. You get Carnival up $2. Bank, let's see, no. Advanced Micro's up $2.50. Boeing's up $22. That's been quite a move. That's been up 100% from its lows. And I believe, let's go take a look at this for a second. Yeah, $89, 99, yeah. And then you're dealing with $180 out here today. Wild. Inside the NDX 100, the strength versus the weakness inside the NDX. You had Lam Research. Oh, this is good, man. When these chips are moving, the bottom line, folks, the chips move. They move the NDX, they move the composite, good scene. Lam Research, the leader out here, up 11.5%. You get NTAP is up 11%. You get Broadcom up 10.8%. You get Electronic Arts up 10.3%. Taken away from it, United Airlines down 3.7%, Marriott off 3.7%, Expedia off 3.5%, and Tesla is down 2.5%. Big numbers out there. Let's go take a look at United for a second. So United couldn't hold highs. Yeah, we'll see where that shakes out. We'll see. The United still can actually bounce to 45, and that'd still be a dead cat bounce. And right now, you're out there at 35.07. We go into the Dow Industrials. Of course, inside the Dow, we know Boeing's going to be the big number out here. The amount of points that it's putting inside the Dow Industrials, that's putting 142 positive points. United Health 86, Goldman at 59, Home Depot 53. Taken away from it is Walmart and Dow DuPont. Walmart 8 negative points, Dow DuPont 7.1. XAU and HUI, the gold stocks having a hard time holding price out here today. You got the XAUs down $1.80 right now, trading at 87.04. And okay, volume wasn't bad yesterday. Yeah, that's good. That's good. We did 63 million shares going into 52. So that's strong inside the XAU. I suspect the HUI, the Gold Bugs Index, is going to be the same setup. You're down 470. You did get to a higher high out here. We don't get these volumes until 8 o'clock at night. Bottom line, same deal, though. You 49 million was going into 40. So bottom line, they both want higher price. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials up 789, Nasdaq up 261, S&P's up 99. Coming right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the Tax Opportunity Zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 898, Nasdaq's up 286, S&Ps are up 111. Let's go take a look at the SPY as well as the Qs. Bottom line is that inside the SPY right now you have 196 million shares, and I started this program off saying that we get some juice here, and bottom line, you do have the juice price-wise, okay? Does the volume have to go up a bit? Yes, it does. Right now, you're at 1155. You got 196 million. Yesterday, we did 299. Bottom line is that we'll see what they put into the close. That being said, you're going to close at the highs, and that's telling me that we're still going to go higher coming into Friday. That is the same setup inside the 3 Qs also. 3 Qs right now, you got over the high of yesterday, and this is the third day of the contraction inside the Qs. So on Tuesday, you did get 94 million. Yesterday, we got 88. Right now, it's 65. We'll see what they put in the close. Let's see, it's, 7 minutes. I don't think they're going to be able to put that much in. We'll find out, though, because the last trades in the close, that's when you put big juice in. Now, what is pretty wild, it's kind of like the Dow Industrials pitches. Dow Industrials, weakest one on the way down. The weakest indice overall was the small caps, okay? The small caps never made their high of July of 2018. Came down hard and fast. That being said, the small caps out here, still got a bounce going also. And the small caps do put big juice in at the close. And we'll see what we get. Yesterday, you had a contraction of volume, 56 million. You're at 41 right now. What does happen inside of the IWM, however, is that you can get big numbers coming into the close. The IWM, the GDX, those are about the biggest differentials that I've seen coming into the close. That they're trying to get the net asset value in there, and they're most of the time very large numbers. Let's go to Al in Tampa. Hey, Al, what's going on?
Thing, isn't it?
I couldn't hear you.
I said it's great. I'm still in CCL, and I'm just wondering what I need to do right now. I risked like 80 cents. I put a stop. I bought it for like $8.45. When I remember I talked to you about that.
I do.
And I went ahead and put a close stop, 10%. That's what I've been doing with like the gold stock and that. When I think it's going to get close, I move up like a 5% stop, and if it takes it out, no problem. I just wait for a pullback or something to reevaluate.
Sure. Well, the bottom line is you get volume on this, so the real question is, can it make it up to 21 and 24? Yeah, it probably can. As I said the last time you called, man, you're playing fire with this one, but the bottom line, you made money, so you're doing great.
Well, I'm just saying, it's just you can play fire with it. I don't think it's going to gap down on me, but if you like you say, you have an exit plan on everything you have. Like, I get the gold report. I know exactly what what I'm looking at, and where to make sure you tell us where to put the stops. I mean, that's fantastic. And you tell us which is the strongest ones. I saw the update on Wednesday.
The differential.
And,
the differential.
I got a little bit. I got a little bit in that, and.
What I'm trying to explain to you, differential, you can have as many stops as you want, as far as I'm concerned, inside the cruise lines. You can wake up in the morning and, they can be down like 50%. So, but it is
well,
what it is.
I'm going to take my money off the table and play with theirs. But I do have another stock that I haven't seen in the gold report or you evaluating is GFI. I've done really good with GFI. It just broke over $5, and the minute it breaks over $5, you can use it in a margin account. I use 5 as the line in the water. That means a lot more money can come into it. Can you evaluate that for me, GFI?
Yeah, so what Al just said, folks, this is pretty cool understanding this. So what happens is that, let's say if a stock, and we'll take GFI, a stock, bottom line, it's somewhere, let's say we take it, this is kind of perfect, actually. So if we took it, let's see.
Yeah, I know. I got it in like $4 or $4.01.
Yeah, so the high of Monday was $4.89. So what he's saying is that he knows that when it goes over $5, folks, it is marginable. Now, this is what ends up happening. So watch this. In your account, okay, let's say that you just got either a $10,000 account, $100,000, whatever it is, okay? When you open your account up in the morning, what you're going to see is that, so on Monday, you open that up and you're going to see your buying power, right, $4.89. Well, whatever your buying power is, the GFI is trading at $4.89. On Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, because it went up over 5 on Tuesday. On Wednesday morning, folks, you're going to open that up, and let's say at a couple thousand shares of that. Well, you're going to see your buying power just went up exponentially. And what does happen is that if you already got a winning trade, and then all of a sudden you look at it, and say, oh, how did that happen? Well, if you've been there a while, you know that, as Al did, that's coming up. And that does put firepower into it, because all of a sudden, then you can go from a investment that I turn around and say, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to day trade it now. And you can see what happened yesterday. So as soon as it went over, everyone got the buying power. And then the stock goes to $6.49 yesterday. Today, it goes all the way up to $6.69, but it gives it up. Listen, the GFI is strong. There's no doubt about it. It gave it up today on price like the rest of the gold stocks have, but it's a strong stock, man. I'm
just saying, can you make sure you put it in the gold report or something?
I can. I don't know why I took it out. That's interesting, man. I always had GFI in there.
Yeah, I know. It was in there a while ago, and then it just wasn't in it. But I just wanted to let people know in that. But also, too, is you got to remember, too, is if it goes over 5, they can short it, too. So it can go, usually you can't short stocks under 5, too. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, it is.
Yeah, so there's a whammy with that, too. So it gets more volatile, too. So people have to be careful with it.
Not you personally, but if you're shorting a stock under $5, folks, at $5, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's available to be able to short out.
No, it is.
Once it goes over 5 too. Right. So it's
okay, man.
It's just a double whammy.
You have a great one, a safe one, man.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Dow is up 881. You get the NASDAQ up 267. S&Ps are up 102. Let's go take a look at this, because that consolidation is still there at the very highs. It's still messing with it. Let me spread this out this way. See what they can do into this close. They haven't been able to get too many sell-offs off, I can tell you that. The biggest sell-off that was out there today was at 130. They got it down to 25.44. And, we'll see where this shakes out. And we got, 10 minutes? And they're going for it again. Oh, man. They're going to blow this out. So watch what happens. We're blowing past the 25.91 right now. You got up to 2,600. Now, the real kicker is, folks, is that if they can basically stay over this 25.91, all they need at this time of day, is like 3 or 4 minutes. That's all they need, because what ends up happening, everyone is getting nervous right at this particular point. This is how this baby shakes out. And they just blew by it. They just hit 26.09. This thing's not going to stop, man. They're gonna have to close these short positions out because no one wants to go on the wrong side of the market overnight. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow is up at 1246. NASDAQ's up 374. S&Ps are up 147. And, you know, a little bit earlier, we were doing price projections inside this S&P, folks, and I was at that 2730s, 2740 number. Now, guess what, folks? You get a confirmed ABC structure up with that price projection of 2733. Right now, you're at 2618. If you want to see it, bottom line, your B point out here was the high that was established at 1 o'clock this afternoon at 2591. Your A point is right down at the lows that were established at 8:30 this morning at 2402, and your C is was established at 1:30 this afternoon. That gives you a price projection of 2733. And if we take this up and we put this up, we remember how we were shaking and baking with this number. This is going to be a heck of a Friday as we're coming into it. What we just did is that we basically blew by that 0.382 today. That's saying that 2654 is game. We're up at 2733, and that's right below, folks, the 0.618 retracement. So this is going to be a heck of a run, folks. And if we do this again, let me just put this up again so you can see this quickly. We'll do the same expansion contraction. And the next one, oh, this is cool, man. You're stopping right at it. 27.79. What did I have? 27.30 something. Bottom line is that this thing is going, man. And you're going to get follow through once again tonight. I suspect Europe will go, and guess what? They'll be signing that bill, and this is something that all of us hadn't seen from quite some time, folks. There's no two ways about that. If you want to see something that's really wild, the Dow Industrials, folks, was down 39% when we started this week. It's only down 20% right now. Check this out. The NASDAQ, okay, is only down 12.5% for the year. That doesn't even make any sense. I mean, how can that happen? Bottom line, folks, yesterday's gone, tomorrow's not here. What are you doing right now? Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great night. Have a safe night. Come back and visit us right here, 8:30 tomorrow morning. Tommy kicks us off. Great show. Go get him, folks.